10 after the hour, installing a sump pump will cause quite a bit of handiwork. Now, before you begin, there are some things that you need to know before you get started. So Ashley Kirkland joins us from Menards in Market Township to cover some of the steps in your Do-It-Yourself Wednesday. Ashley?
Well, Vicki, many homeowners have come home to total destruction and a complete mess when their sump pump gives out. So today, in today's Do-It-Yourself segment, we are going to make sure you're ahead of the curve. We're here at Menards and we're going to talk about sump pumps. Right now, I'm with Kyle and he's here to tell us the steps we need to take to install a sump pump. Kyle, thanks for being here. So what's the first step that people need to think about when they're installing a sump pump?
Well, if you're going to do new construction on a sump pump, the first step is going to be to locate the low point in your basement or your garage, whatever you're going to install it in, because that's where all the water is going to collect.
Okay.
So you definitely got to find your low point first. From there, you're going to want to determine how big a sump you're going to want to install, and you're going to either have to dig a hole if you have, just gravel in your basement or your foundation, or else you're going to have to bust a hole in your concrete to install a sump.
And so what are the different sizes in sump pumps that are available?
There's lots of different sizes, ranging from 1/4 horsepower all the way up to around 1 horsepower. And determining that factor is going to be the amount of water you have running into your basement and how high you have to lift the water vertically to get it out of the basement and into a safe location. Okay,
and so when they determine all of that, what's the next step here?
From there, you're going to want to dig your sump slightly bigger than the basin that you're going to install. And from that point, you're going to want to get gravel to go around your basin, mostly to support it. So once you have your hole dug, throw a little gravel down in the base, put your sump in, and pour gravel around it to basically secure it in the sump there.
Okay. Now, oftentimes I've seen in homes where there's a sinking. They may not have a basement or a low point in the home, but there's a sinking in the floor. Is that indicative of that's the low point of their home?
That could be a number of things. Basically, if it's just your floor sagging, you're not going to have to worry about water getting in there. It's just going to be on a concrete slab for the most part is where water is going to run in. So you don't have to worry about it coming into your kitchen or anything for the most part.
Okay. And so what tools are people going to need to install a sump pump?
Well, starting out with a jackhammer if you got to bust up your concrete there, and a shovel basically. And from there, it's going to depend on what application you're going to want to use to run your plumbing to get the water out.
Okay. Now, Kyle, you say here in the UP that sump pumps are really a temporary thing throughout the seasons. They're not something that are there to stay. Why is that?
Basically, the most water control problems we have up here are going to be from the spring runoff from all the snow melting. So we don't have big issues with flooding other than that. So a lot of people look for a more temporary solution than a permanent install on these type of applications.
Okay. And so what is one thing that's going to be a temporary solution in installing something big or busting a hole in your floor, as you say?
Temporary there, you could just run a corrugated tubing like that right out a window instead of having to install your PVC.
Okay. So thank you, Kyle. Well, coming up, we are going to talk about the next step, which is going to be the piping and all of that, how you're going to get that water out of your sump pump or home into the outdoors. So we'll take it back to you for now, Vicki. Ashley Kirkland reporting live in Marquette Township, TV6 News.
All right. Thank you very much, Ashley, and looking forward to the rest of that. Indeed.
Welcome back. Well, as you began to install that sump pump in your home or basement, but now you realize you're scratching your head because you're stuck at a step. Well, no worries, because we're here to help you out with your Do-It-Yourself Wednesday segment, and we'll head back to Menards where Ashley Kirkland is live to finish the topic of sump pumps. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Sam. That's right. We don't want people scratching their heads in confusion, so we're here to help in our Do-It-Yourself Wednesday topic, talking about sump pumps. Back here with Kyle from Menards. Kyle, so we've mapped out our area. We got the right size sump pump, and we've got it actually in the ground. What's the next step?
You're going to have to plumb it out to get all your water from the pump outside your house and into a safe location, hopefully not the neighbor's yard. But basically there's a few ways to do that, whether you want to do a permanent application where it's going to be there year-round, where you can use PVC and glue together all your fittings and run it out through your wall. A lot of times that'll require punching a hole in either your concrete or anywhere where you can run the PVC through. So you're going to need to support that the whole way through your house and basically exhaust it out and seal up around that hole that you have punched through.
Okay. And so now does all the piping come exactly as you need it, or will you need to measure around the space that you want it to go out?
Yeah, all PVC fittings like that, it is going to be a custom match for every house.
Okay. And so speaking of custom matches, how many sump pumps do you need for a specific area?
Well, in most cases, one pump, as long as it's the right horsepower, can handle it. But if you do run into a case like a gentleman I had last year come in, he had water filling up, his one pump could not keep up. He actually had to punch 4 more holes in his concrete slab, and he had 5 pumps running continuously throughout the spring to keep up.
Whoa. Now that is some job. Now, if people do not want to go through the trouble of putting in a sump pump, what other ways can they remove water from their homes?
Well, you have a few options. The small pump you see here, the red one, that's actually called a utility pump. That will draw water from about a 1/4-inch surface. So that one you could connect a garden hose to, or the flexible hose like you see there, and let that sit right on your basement floor and just plug it in. It's not going to have a flow to turn on and off automatically. So with an application like that, you will have to keep an eye on it, because if it does run dry, the pump will burn up.
Okay. Now, how much is all of this going to cost us?
Your average sump pump ranges from about $100 to $200, but if you need to install a sump and all your plumbing, you could estimate that to be up around $300 for a complete system.
Okay. And most importantly also, how long is this job going to take?
Most people can get it done in a day, no problem.
Okay, no problem, he says. Thank you so much, Kyle, and thank you for tuning in, and hopefully this was helpful for viewers as we move into what could be a flood season in your TV6 morning show. We'll be right back.